G'day guys, welcome back, and today we're talking about the Forbidden Forest and the best cards to be taken with you into this forest and just completing these dungeons to a really high level continuously. You may not necessarily have to use all of these cards in your deck at once, but you do need to use a few of these as the building blocks to then structure the rest of your deck, depending on what boss you're coming up against and who else you have in your team. Hopefully you can team up with a few friends or even just some people in the social club or the world chat, and then you get through these stages and go all the way to the top and reap the rewards. But without further ado, let's get into it. So the first card that we're going to go across, guys, is this Carceress. Obviously it doesn't do any damage, but the control that it applies is absolutely amazing. You can bring all of those enemies into the same spot and just do one AoE attack and absolutely spike the damage and take down all of the side adds and even take a lot of damage off the main boss. So the next one on my list is the Essence of Dittany. Yes, it's only a heal, but you are going through 20 stages of a dungeon in the Haunted Hallows. You definitely need to continually heal yourself. You obviously have a companion that heals and another heal within your cards, but I feel like this is their best one because you can put yourself over to a corner, lay down a heal. Your friends can come over as well if you want, and then you just control the enemies, and then you just get a gun heal continuously. Next one on the list is Inflatus. It does pretty much the same thing as in Carceress, but it does a little bit of extra damage, but it does not affect as many bosses and side adds as much as Carceress does. So I would probably lean more to Carceress because it does suck a lot more enemies into the one spot, and I do know that the final boss of the Haunted Hallows, level 20, if you do Carceress, it will pull them all together. I'm unsure if Inflatus actually affects them. Next one here is Stupify. I'm probably pronouncing half of these wrong, but don't hold it against me. I'm just a normal Aussie just trying to get through life, guys. But if you do upgrade this, and this is one that I would probably aim towards upgrading, it will hit all the enemies behind the first one you hit as well, and you can widen the attack range. This control is absolutely amazing, especially on that level 20 on the Haunted Hallows. You do need to hit them as far away as possible, and this is a really good one for it. If you do Carceress, you bring them all together, Stupify, hit them, and they're in the furthest corner from you, and then you can start doing your damage. So we're making our way up the spellbook, and we have Bentus. It doesn't do very much damage, not at all, but the control it adds is amazing. Can you see the idea here, guys? Pretty much everything that I have shown you so far has been control. You need to control the bosses and their adds as much as possible, because you getting them as far away as possible from you means they do less damage to you, and you can lay down your nukes right next to you, which we'll be getting to very soon. But this is super valuable, especially in that level 20 again, in Carceress, Stupify, and then as they start coming back, you hit the wind with Bentus, and they can't get to you, and all you need to avoid is those chess pieces going across. Guys are just jumping in really fast here. We've done all the boring control stuff over there. We're just about to come to the DPS, the really fun shit. So before we head into that, just there, it's right there. Can you please just hit that bell down below, even to subscribe, hit that like, something down there, or leave a comment, tell me how I'm doing. It really helps me on this journey that I'm on. But yeah, thank you for doing that, and let's get back into it, eh? So next up here is Aquamani. This is a super high DPS spell. This is one that you definitely want to try and upgrade as far as possible. So Stupify and this one are two of the main ones that I would say you would want to try and upgrade all the way to the top. If you get this one to the highest ranking of upgrade and then buy a couple of levels from the store that pops up, this absolutely melts enemies. Like seriously, it melts the enemies so hard. It is an amazing spell. Next up we have Crucio. This is a absolutely phenomenal spell in pretty much the whole game, but especially in the Forbidden Forest. Again, if you get upgrades on this and get it right to the top, it melts the enemy. Exactly the same as Aquamani, except Aquamani seems to have a bit of a splash damage and will hit more than one. Crucio obviously only hits one, but you will just see your opponent's health bar just deplete. Even at the top levels of the Haunted Hallows, down comes that health. Make sure this is, this is the first thing I put into any deck. It's obviously my deck, but this is one that I love. Two more to go, guys, and the Thunderstorm. This is amazing for bosses and anything, especially if there's only one opponent on the field, because you can be anywhere, just put it on the field and every lightning bolt will hit the person that's on the field. It is amazing. Again, if you upgrade it, it hits super hard. It's probably not as high as Aquamani and Crucio on the list, so if it does come up as an upgrade to choose, and you don't have anything else there that you really want to pick, I would go Thunderstorm. It can do some healthy damage. Last but not least, alright guys, the Fiend Fire. This is probably my most favorite card to use within the Forbidden Forest. If you get those upgrades on it and get it to the top level, it hits so hard, and all you need to do is summon it next to you in the far corner away from everything, and it will just sit there and attack from the other side of the level and just melt your opponents. It is my favorite card by far. Obviously, you got to bring some other summons in with you, some spiders or something crap like that, so they get killed and he just gets stronger and stronger. Keep it alive as long as possible, and if you are doing well, you might even be able to summon 2 of them at the same time, and then you know you've definitely won pretty much after that. But this is an amazing card. So on top of the spells, we have our companions, and Ivy is one that really needs a notable mention because she just instantly kills one of your opponents, and if you do it correctly, you can take out maybe not one of the bosses on a lot of levels, but on that level 20 in the Haunted Hallows, she can take out one of those enemies that you're up against, and that instantly takes down the amount of damage that you need to do so much. And if all 3 of you all bring one and you take out one each, you've nearly already completed the battle straight away. So a few other notable mentions within the companions is Lottie, MP regen on a few levels. She is absolutely amazing. You just need to put her somewhere where she's not going to get hit. Daniel for his heals, absolutely amazing. As I said before, you need to heal. And Hermione, if you get your Crucio or your Aquamani up really high and you put her out and she attacks at the same time you do with those spells, goodbye bosses. See you later. So that's it guys for all the cards that I like to use. Obviously you can go down the track of Echoes as well. Dobby's probably my favorite just because you can teleport away from a damage or an attack really easily. The other ones have their own use case as well. I can go into a video about this later if you would like. Let me know down below if that's something you'd like to see. So this is just the building blocks for you to go out and start building your Forbidden Forest deck. The way I would usually do it is pick 3 of these control, 3 of these damage, and then as you get offered which cards to upgrade, you make sure that the card you upgrade is definitely into your deck. Hopefully you get Crucio, Fiend Fire, or Aquamani. They are probably my ones that I choose the earliest because that DPS just goes through the roof. Stupify is next, and then there's a couple of others that are down there. But it's all up to you. This is just the building blocks. Start with those, work your way up, find out what you're good against which boss, and then you'll just start rolling through these Forbidden Forest attacks faster and faster and getting more and more rewards. Hopefully this guide has helped you structure your Forbidden Forest decks a little bit more. If you have any further questions, let me know in the comments down below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. I do reply to every comment that does get put on my videos because I'm here for you guys and I want to help you out as much as possible. If there's anything in the world that you want to ask me, let me know down in the comments. After you put that comment down below, or like, subscribe, whatever you need to be doing, make sure you watch this video right here. This one right here is also going to help you work your way through Harry Potter's Magic Awakened. Thank you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.